There is a thing called, there's a guy named Dave Ramsey. I've heard of it years ago. I've checked into it more lately. Um, Reason why I'm telling you this because those who listen to my videos, my recordings, um, I feel that after having looked at this myself for a little while, that I think it has some value, even though I think it can apply to pretty much anyone to an extent. Um, Now, what this is this guy he's got a business and he I guess helps people to build wealth. I mean, to get out of debt and build wealth and become stable, rather stable, much more than they probably would be normally, monetarily, meaning regarding money. Now, yes, money isn't everything and all this, but it is a thing that a lot of people strive to get, worked hard to get, and would like a lot of people would like to have some more stability. So anyway, I'm presenting that to you, this information to you, so that you'll look in this, look into this yourself. Um, Mainly to make a quick outline of the thing, of the basics, of what I know. There's a book called there's a you can get it off eBay. You can get an electronic version, computer version for like $1.25. Actually, you don't even have to get the hardcover. And it's called the Total Money Makeover. The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Uh, Makeover is like a total change of something, of a whole scene. Okay, that's what I get out of the definition. So, what it consists of mainly, there's 7 steps, and the first step, they call them baby steps, but I just call them steps, okay, because I'm not a baby. But anyway, step one is save $1,000 in a thing called an emergency fund. Now a definition of the word fund is a sum of money saved or made available for a purpose. Okay, so it's an emergency fund, meaning if something happens, that you have some cash available so you don't freak out. Something happens like car tire or something or whatever happens, you have some money. So a lot of people don't have pretty much anything saved. So that's step one. Step two is pay off your debts. Now that in his program, he's even though it may seem illogical to pay off a lower interest loan than a higher interest loan first, but he does recommend to pay off the lowest debt first, and then gradually get them out of the way. And as you pay more and more debts, you go to the highest amount. Like you say, you have a credit card here and a credit card there and a student loan there. Whichever is the lowest one, you pay first, and the next highest amount, you pay that next. He does that because, uh, from experience, he's seen people get more enthusiastic about getting through some debts than just trying to focus on the one some other type of pattern sequence. So, you know, so he feels that people are more willing to pay off their debts if they do it that way, from experience. Not everybody probably fits this, but anyway, that's so step two is pay baby step two or step two is pay off all your debts. Step three is complete your emergency fund, and Dave Ramsey says 3 to 6 months of all your expenses would be when you have all that saved. That's considered to be a completion of your emergency fund. Some people don't feel that's enough. They would. I think that one would just increase it to whatever you think it should be. So if you think you should have 12 months, you have 12 months. Um, Step four, these are done in sequence, by the way. One, two, three. And then step four, well, actually, we'll call that step 3A. To finish your emergency fund. Step 3B, if you don't have a house yet, you would save for a house if you wanted to. I can add a few additional things into this, but I'm not going to because it's different, a little bit different from what Dave Ramsey has, but my way is more secure. Anyway, step B is to save 15, no, 20% down towards a house, and and don't get a loan for more than 15 years at a fixed rate. So, if you don't have a house yet, he says do that, and then you can buy a house when you have all that set. And then but if you have your house already, you just skip that step because it's already paid for. And if you paid it off, if you already got 20% down, you can just skip that step. If you don't, I mean, if you already, let me rephrase that. If you already have bought a house, you can skip that step. Otherwise, you would save that amount and then you could buy a house. That's according to him. And you don't buy something that is more than the mortgage payment isn't more than 25% of your income, take home income. Um, I don't necessarily recommend that because people can lose jobs and stuff, and higher paying jobs, and the job they may get may be much less pay, and then you're end up spending a lot more to keep of your percentage of your take home to keep on paying that mortgage. So I recommend a little different pattern if you want to have some more security with that kind of stuff. Um, step Anyway, step 4 is to invest 15% of your income. Invest. Um, Now, step 4, 5, and 6 can be done um, together. They can be done together. That's how I think he says it. You can do them together. Step 4 is to invest 15% of your income. Step 5 is pay for your children's start paying for your children's college, saving up for it. Now, there's different, I think, things you can do with taxes to avoid penalties and like fees and stuff like that. There's different forms or whatever, tax forms or something. I don't. It's like they have different things that are available to. I think so. You get something out of it than if you just put money in the bank. Something better, I think, if you do it a certain other way than just putting money in the bank and saving. Step 6 is pay off your house. So if you paid off your house, you're already done with step 6. And if you don't have any children, you're done with step 5. you know. But of course, if you want to help with other people's children, you can do that with step 5. That's what I think. Step 4 is 15% of your invest 15% of your income. Now with stock market, who knows what the hell it's going to go? There's different stock markets. One of them's Dow. Um, I think that sucker is going to blow up sometime. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily a good investment to put into that your money if you worked hard for it. You don't have a lot of it because you could lose half of it. But then again, it may go up and keep on going up. And there's a thing called dividends, which I think is just a share, one share. A dividend is, I think, one share of the profits of that company in 1 year. I'm not sure if I got the definition right, but a dividend, I think, is a portion, a portion, meaning I think one share, one share of the company's profits. Because a share of a company, when you have a share of a company, you're actually owning part of that company, and you get a portion. You get whatever percentage of the shares that are available, whatever you own. Say there's 1,000 shares available of that company to own it. If you had 1,000 shares, you'd own the 100%. Well, if you have 10 shares, you own 1/100th of that company. Well, whatever profits they get, I think you get 1/100th of those profits because you have 10 shares of 1,000. So that's called you get a thing called a dividend, a portion of the profits of that company, a portion. So if they pay, so you still get money even if the stock doesn't even go up. That's what I get out of it because you get the thing called dividend. Now that's what he says for step 4. Hope I didn't confuse anybody too much. I'm sorry if I did. So that's step 4, and then step now that stock market, I don't know. Different people have. Dave Ramsey says invest in mutual funds, and I think there's 4 different types of mutual funds that he invests into. One of them is international. One of them I think is something. There's different types, but there's 4 different types I think he uses. Um, this whole program is designed for those who want to. Also, if you follow the whole program, I guess he wants to Dave Ramsey wants to push. He's trying to get people to become millionaires. Now, the thing of it is that, of course, if everyone's a millionaire, the value of being a millionaire wouldn't be as valuable. And on top of that, I don't know how everyone can be a millionaire because you got to have people who, I guess, I hate to say it like this, but aren't, so you can use them as slaves, which is what, I don't think a guy working at McDonald's making 10 or something dollars an hour is, they want him to be a millionaire because he's not going to want to go to his job probably doing what he does to get money because he's like, fuck, I ain't doing that. I'm a millionaire. I don't need the money. I ain't doing that shit. Um, but some people like working McDonald's, so I'm not. Um, so anyway, uh, so that's step 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now, you can do those all together, but if you pay off 6 and you handle 5, or if you need to, and uh, and you keep on doing 4, um, there's step 7. I'm not sure how. I think you just keep on doing 4 forever. 15% of your income. Now, there's step 7 is build wealth. If you handled all your other stuff and I guess all you got left is you're putting 15% of your income in the investments every month. There's a thing called build wealth. Now, what is wealth? It's a large amount of money or valuable possessions that you have. Okay? Large amount of money or valuable possessions that you have. What's a valuable possession? It's a stock, I would think, and people think it is valuable, and they are willing to pay for it. So I guess it has value. So there's art, such as valuable paintings and sculptures and other things that probably would go up in price over time. Depends which you better make sure they're valid though. And there's land, such as farmland and other types of land that is used that you can make money from. There is properties beyond land, such as residential and commercial, meaning business is commercial. Um, the businesses that are involved in buying and selling products. You can have rent a building out to a business so you can make money from them. There's also um, residential where people pay you rent. I don't like too much of that shit. People do it for so long and they never really have anything. But that's a different story. People, pay rent for 10, 20 years and they don't have anything, just paying rent, slaving. But anyway, that's how it's set up. So if you can make money from it. Um, and then other valued possessions may be considered cash, U.S. dollar, foreign, and other currencies. Uh, they fluctuate. They're not always constant. They change in relation to each other in value, but it's considered to be a wealth if you have a large amount of it. Um, like step 7, like I said, is build wealth. Just keep on, investing 15% of your income, maybe invest 40% of your income, buy some art, buy this. There's also a thing called precious metals. These things, now I'm not sure exactly where you're going to put them. You can even keep them in some place that stores them for you, or or I don't know, build them bury them under a hill or something. I don't know, whatever you think. But there is the 4 common ones are gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. Various they fluctuate a lot. Dave Ramsey doesn't really think too highly of these things, but they are a form of wealth. They a valued possession, and they have been these gold and silver for a very long time, long before the U.S. dollar even existed. So the thing of it is, if you diversify, and whatever happens, the gold, who knows, maybe gold will be able to be made cheap in a factory somehow, or maybe the U.S. dollar will become worthless, or lose most of its value. So if you diversify, you can still keep your wealth, hopefully, regarding money, you see. And there's 3 things I think Ramsey says regarding what you can do with money, if you have so much of it, is where you don't really care anymore if you have so much, is you can spend it, you can invest it, meaning make more money with money you have, and also you can give it. And he says something about the reason why you should give is because people who don't kind of kind of I forgot the exact word he used, but they don't feel as good. So they things that especially things that when you give, especially things that you can see that changes the value, the benefits that occur because you gave. That's what he recommends. So, so anyway, there it is. I'm running out of time. Okay, that's it.